Hola queridos, mi nombre es Oscar Adame, soy editor de WARP y hoy vengo a presentarles una entrevista con Romy Madley Croft, quien se estrena como solista tras una década de pertenecer a The XX. Romy Madley Croft no es un nombre que sea ajeno a lo más alto de las listas de popularidad dentro de la industria de la música. Por más de 10 años ella ha sido la voz, guitarrista y una de las productoras del trío inglés The XX. Además, a lo largo de estos años se ha desarrollado como DJ y también como su propia productora de música electrónica. Hoy está empezando a desarrollar una carrera como solista que la tiene más interesada dentro de lo que es la música dance electrónica con un sencillo llamado Lifetime. Con ella hablamos sobre su nuevo paso, sobre su nuevo trayecto a través de este nuevo próximo álbum que va a lanzar bajo su propio nombre y en el cual va a profundizar más dentro de su gusto, dentro de su amor por lo que es la cultura club y por lo que es la música electrónica bailable. Hablamos además sobre la importancia que es el escribir líricas que profundicen sobre la propia tristeza del compositor para que también de esa forma profundicen dentro de la tristeza del escucha.
Hey, I heard your song. I think it's pretty beautiful, pretty
Oh, thank you.
danceable,
Thank you very much.
very melancholic. I heard in an interview that you made with Taste that the word, the genre in which you would describe your music is emotional club music. That it's like something that you came up, right?
Yeah,
If
I
you
guess so.
Yeah. If you would need to describe that kind of music, how would you describe it, the emotional club music?
I guess a song that makes you, that you can dance to, but you can still feel the emotion of the lyrics, and that combination kind of combined, where like and the chords that are played, you know, they kind of pull like whether you're happy or sad, it kind of pulls you in different directions. That's like what I always love, and you know, for me, I'm really drawn to big club classics and songs that people know the words to, so that when you're in a club, you're dancing, but everyone's singing along as well. That's something that I always love when that happens.
Yeah, you have been talking a lot recently about like dancing with yourself alone in your room. So
Yeah,
this is like the kind of music to do that, right?
yeah, I think so.
How do you feel when you dance alone in your room? What's the main motivator to do that?
Well, I mean, at the moment, it's kind of the dancing at home is kind of the only place to be dancing. Like in the UK, we just gone back into lockdown, and you know, I think with everything going on in the world, like having a way to escape and like just have some fun, even if you have to just turn all the lights off in your house and put the music up loud. It's important, I think, to help you like get process things, and otherwise everything is quite heavy. So I kind of it's sometimes you just reach a point where you just need to dance, I guess.
Which artists, which songs, albums have you been dancing to in your room lately?
Well, I think Robin is someone I really love, and throughout over the past few months, she's been doing like a live stream club event called Club Domo, which is club dancing on my own, which is her song, and obviously it's very much like her world. Of that song is amazing, and so that's been great. The new Lady Gaga album has been pretty fun.
Oh yeah, it's
Uh,
pretty fun.
you know, it's like it's. I just thought that it was a real gift to have that. You know, in a time where everything's kind of dark and intense, and the album is just very fun and very uplifting, and that's a big inspiration for me too.
Yeah, and you seem to be, well, like the kind of musician that also wants to inspire that, right? Like making dark music that it's also, that could be also very colorful and very happy in a way.
Yeah, I feel like in the place I'm in now, I've written a lot of songs about heartbreak and feeling, a lot of, kind of working through some feelings. And I'm at the place I'm in now. I don't feel heartbroken, and I just want to inspire some lightness and some sort of like celebration of life, I guess.
It's interesting because, yeah, it is right that your lyrics tend to be pretty self-conscious in a way that is like kind of sad,
Yeah.
but the music on and all the image that I get from your solo stuff and also from the XX is that you are pretty much, how do you say, not happy, but really accepting that sadness, right? And making it like yours, and that's like a happy experience because you are also the things that makes you feel sad about.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think it's good to embrace all emotions, and there's happy and sad can be in the same breath, um, but yeah, I lost my train of thought. Sorry. uh,
Don't worry. I also hear now that you're talking about Robin that well used to well you wrote some songs with her, right, for
oh
her
no, I
album.
never
No?
worked with her. I would love to work with her, but she's just she is someone that I've met through making music and through touring, and she's a really inspiring person.
Which people have you been working with and for with your music?
So in after touring the last XX album,
Mhm.
I went and did some sessions. I've worked with Jenny Beth from Savages,
Yeah, that's right. Mhm.
which was amazing. She's a really close friend of mine, and I really loved working with her on a few songs on her record. I've worked with King Princess, who's an
Mhm.
amazing artist, and she really inspired me. She's so brave and comfortable in her own skin, and just like it's just really very much her own person, and it inspired me to be more myself, which is I'm really grateful for. And through working with her, I met Mark Ronson, and
Mhm.
Mark Ronson asked me to help with the lyrics to a song that he was working on. So that was a different sort of collaboration because he had the instrumental and the vocal melody. And the vocal melody is by an amazing artist called Diana Gordon. And there were no words in the song, it was just the melody. And he asked me to fill in the words. So that was a new experience for me to come in just for one part of the process. And when I was listening to the song, it sounded like Diana was singing the word electricity. And because I could hear that, it sparked the whole inspiration for the song. I sang the demo. It got given to Dua Lipa, and then
Okay.
she sang the song and she made it her own. She changed some of the lyrics around, and then she made it the song that it is. And it was amazing to be a part of it and watch her take it to what it's become now. And then I only met her after the song was released, so it was cool to have a drink with her and be like, look at this, it's so cool where you've taken the song, but we didn't meet and write it together, but it was she's amazing, and that was just a very different other process of songwriting.
That's pretty great. I talked with Jenny Beth a few months ago, and
Yeah.
she told me that you were very helpful to her to make her album because well you really like she had like a block, right, to write lyrics, and you tell her that she must be like writing whatever she comes on their on her mind, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And well, she told me that she didn't have any idea about this, like how do you say on English, like consciousness and fluxus of consciousness,
Yeah,
writing stuff,
yeah,
but
yeah.
that later after talking to you about that, she was much more free to write all her album down, and that you were very helpful to
Oh,
her about that.
that's really nice to hear that she said that. Yeah, I find she's a really inspiring person. She's just she thinks very deeply about things, and
Yeah.
she challenges me, and we have lots of conversation as friends, like about what does it mean, and like goes underneath the surface. And I think that in the end, we'd have these conversations, and I was just writing down what she was saying because she was saying things so beautifully. I just was like, I'm going to write this down. And then afterwards, she was like, did I say that? I was like, yeah, like that's really beautiful. Just the way you said it is a lyric. So that was a cool process. And yeah, I loved working with her.
That's also the process that you make to make your songs.
I find that is an easier thing to do for someone else. Like, because if I'm writing down I can't write down what I'm saying. So it's like one of these things where I try and For myself, I've tried to be. I always used to write poems and then sing them, and then through doing more songwriting, I learned that a lot of people classically write a melody first and then write the lyrics in. So I've been doing a little bit more melodic stuff where I just sing and then make the story afterwards. But I'm just trying lots of different things at the moment for my own project because it's a new adventure, I guess.
Yeah, and you are also experimenting with some genres that wouldn't that you didn't experiment with before, right?
Yeah.
You are
Yeah.
like much focused now on electronic music, like
Yeah.
electronic dance music.
Yeah, totally. It's something that I've always loved, but it hasn't really come out so much in the music of the XX so far. You know, we've referenced it, but it's nice to just go a bit more direct and make something that is very upbeat and a bit more playful than what I've done before.
Yeah, I think that the XX, well, that it was like a very important project, and it is because it's like the skeletal form from all that kind of music, right? It's like
Yeah.
just the basics.
Yes, exactly. And I love that. And I still really love, I keep that with me, you know, keeping things basic, right down to the skeleton of a song. And that's something that I love about the XX and something we will always continue to keep in mind when we work as a band. But I think for me, having the opportunity to have a solo project and not think about, oh, how are we going to play it live? Because that was the biggest inspiration for the way the first album from the XX sounded, is how are we going to play it live? And one rule we had was anything we put on the album, we have to play it live. So that's why the songs are simple, and that's why the songs are quite minimalist, is because of that. Like, I don't know why we had that rule, but it informed everything. And now on this album, I'm just, you know, trying lots of things, putting things in, experimenting with different drums and sounds, and not thinking so much about the live thing. So
yeah, and it's also interesting because, well, you have like been DJing a lot, and well, DJing is like you have all the possibilities, all the sounds just on your desk, right? So you don't have really to focus on how you're going to play it live, because you can make it sound like it is.
Yeah, totally. I love DJing for that. I love it because it makes me listen to music really intensely. It makes me think, okay, how does the song build? Will this song fit with another song? How do they connect? Can it all flow together? I find it helps me really understand like the songs I love in a new way.
There's a phrase, a very strange phrase. I don't know if you're going to laugh at this, but it's something that really, I think, represents your work on music, and I want to read it to you.
Okay.
So this is Butters from South Park. She's very sad. He's very sad.
Yeah.
On a restaurant because his girlfriend dumped him, and there he comes the god guys, right? Like telling him, oh, the word doesn't have any meaning. You must be like sad forever and ever, right? But Butters says this. Well, yeah, and I'm sad, but at the same time, I'm really happy that something can make me feel that sad. It's like, it makes me feel alive, you know? It makes me feel human. The only way I can feel this sad now is if I felt something really good before. So I have to take that bath with a goose. So I guess what I'm feeling is like a beautiful sadness.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, I love that. That's totally, it's a really good quote. It's from South Park.
Yeah, it's from South Park.
That's cool. That's cool. I think they said it perfectly. I was talking to a friend before and saying like, you know, like, oh, I feel really sad about this thing, and they were saying, oh, isn't it amazing and beautiful to have felt that much, even though you're sad? And I was like, yeah, true. And so, you know, it is a beautiful thing to feel, even if it's good or bad. But I love that quote that you said.
Yeah, I think it's really, well, I think that with your stories on music also like deep down that kind of stuff, right? Like, well, I'm sad now and you broke my heart, but it was like very. Now I can feel, I can see things nostalgically, but in a right way.
Yeah, yeah, totally. That's true.
I want you to like describe to me like your love for club music, for clubbing, and how do you feel being in electronic concerts?
Um, I think for me, clubbing, when I was about 16, I started to go out in London into clubs, and that sense of community of like going to a place every week and seeing the same people, and like being able to find connection with someone on a dance floor and listening to a song. It was, all of that stuff that I miss so much now, that we can't do that right now.
Yeah, sure.
It's this kind of the spontaneity of it, and the surprise of hearing a song and being like, what's this? And finding it very inspiring. And I really miss that. And I think that I don't know, it makes me feel quite emotional thinking about that, the fact that we can't do that right now. And I think I love that, going on a journey with a DJ where they just take you from one mood and you can sort of go on this, it keeps evolving, and you keep kind of, the night keeps changing. And I love going to a gig, but I think lately being in a club environment has inspired me a bit more, and I think that's kind of why I've been leaning towards making more electronic music, because it's just given me some more options, like with the sounds and with the kind of the different moods that can be created. It's something that I love playing the guitar, but it's nice to be able to incorporate the guitar into club music as well. So
that's pretty great. Well, thank you very much for your time, Romy. It was a pleasure to talk to you. And well, I expect that your next interview is going to be fun.
Well, thank you. It was nice to meet you. Take care.
Bye-bye. Have a good day.
Bye. You too. Bye.